First, we'll start by taking a look at the customer application that's been given to us. Here we have a tank which has a 3-meter maximum level. The customer would like their first pump to turn on at a 2-meter level and their second pump to turn on at 2.5 meters. It's a 1-meter square vessel, which means that we have 3,000 liters when it is full. They've elected to use an LR120 radar transmitter, and they would like us to calculate pumped volume. So as the pumps turn on, we're able to calculate what that pumped volume is and totalize it. There are two different options when we look at estimating the inflow and discharge adjust. The first option is based on a rate estimation. It essentially looks at how the well or the vessel was filling before we started the pump cycle and assumes that it's going to fill at the same rate as we're pumping out the material from the vessel. That's the default option based on rate estimation. The second option is based on pump cycle. It looks at where we last turned off the pumps to the time when we're going to turn the pumps back on, and the level change between those two times, and calculates an estimation of the rate inflow that way. For this particular application, we will use the default, which is based on the rate estimation of inflow.
So here we have a fresh out-of-the-box SITRANS LT500. So the first thing that we're going to do is our operation setup. So on point 1, we're going to do a volume application, and we're going to use meters and liters for our length and volume units. Customer wants an LR120 radar transmitter, and we have a 4-meter cal low, and the transmitter is 1 meter away from our cal high. We're doing a pumped volume application, so we're going to use a fast response rate. It's a liquid application, and it is a linear vessel, 1 square meter profile, and at max volume it is 3,000 liters. So we're going to finish up our operation quick start, and next we're going to do our pump control. So measurement point 1, we have 2 pumps, and customer didn't specify, but we'll use the typical alternate duty assist. Pump 1 on relay 1 and pump 2 on relay 2. So onset point for pump number 1 was 2 meters, and off at 0.5 meter, and these are all level values. Onset point for pump 2 was 2.5 meters, and off, same thing as pump 1, 0.5 meter. So just like that, we've set up our application and we've set up our pump control. So now we're going to go through and set up our display view. And it's always a good idea to do your quick start operation first before you set up your display, because the quick start will do an automatic setup. So if you want a specific view, make sure you do it after you do your operation setup. So, for this demo, let's do the 3 values with our relay icons so we can see what the relays are doing. And the first value we're going to look at is our totalizer, because we're doing a pumped volume application. Second value, let's read the level of point 1, so we know where our pumps will turn on and off. And third value, let's do our volume reading on point 1. So volume. And then we have our view set up. So the other thing we want to do is totalize pump volume. So basically, standard application, we've set up pump control. To set up pumped volume, go into the totalizer menu and pick pumped volume as our process value, and that's really all we need to do. I mean, units are the same as our liters from our volume application. We can play with the decimal places. That's really all that's necessary. So when we go back out to our main view, we can see that we have about 1.5 meters of level and the corresponding volume reading to that. And we haven't totalized anything yet. The reason for that is we only do totalization after a pump cycle. So if I change my level reading and I bring the level up high, we can see that pump number 1 turns on, followed shortly by pump number 2, and we'll see relay 2 turn over. And now both my pumps are running. So as we looked at our application example, I'm now pumping material out of my vessel. And as soon as my pumps turn off, that's when I will go back and add to my total. So if I again lower my level down, and we bring that level back down to 1.5, and then we take it below 0.5 meters. So our pumps have turned off and we've totalized everything that we moved out of the tank. So the one other thing that we can do is we can also do an external totalizer. So if I go back into my setup and inputs and outputs, I can go to relay 3 because relays 1 and 2 are doing my pump control. And I will make that an external totalizer, and I will match it to our pumped volume on 0.1. And now I also have an external totalizer, so I can display the total value, and I can also externally totalize. So as you can see, pump number 2 is turned on first because we're doing alternate duty assist. And pump number 1 will follow shortly. And we can see that relay 3 has also been configured now. And as soon as I lower my level back down below 0.5 meters, my pumps will turn off, and then I will totalize, and I can hear the relays. So now I've totalized again, and I've done my external totalization. So very quick and easy setup for pumped volume, very simple to configure, and very valuable for customers who are looking for that type of functionality.
Siemens, ingenuity for life.